Are you a competitive skier who gets that notorious GS back? Well, then you're going to want to follow along for this whole video series on how to correct this for good. Hey everyone, Tom Swales here, Advanced Movement Therapist. Today's video and video series is going to be more focused and targeted on GS back. So my competitive skiers on the World Cup circuit, they get this notorious GS back where it's this kind of tightness and pain and compression that ends up occurring kind of in the lower thoracic spine and the upper lumbar. Now with increased volume, it tends to get worse, but if we look and analyze at what the demands are for GS, it's a lot of up and down movements, it's a lot of quick compression, and it's a lot of movement from side to side. And what we found is that skiers have these really massive overdeveloped erector spinae and sometimes can get a little bit weak or inhibited in the QLs, the obliques, and the lower abdominals. So today's video, we're going to start from the ground where we first learn to develop our spine and build awareness and start to rebuild our core from there. So we're going to start on the ground. We're going to get into the supine position, so on our backs, and we're going to get into a hollow. Now, when we're doing a hollow position, we want to set the inner core with our breath. So we're going to take a breath in through the nose, exhale, purse lips, okay? Spread the abdominals, drop the ribs, but keep that low back flat. And if you can, I want you to pick up the legs. Now, all we're doing simply here is we're creating anterior compression on the front, and we're breathing. That's all we're doing. So we're going to hold for 30 to 60 seconds, okay, for 5 to 10 breaths, whatever you can manage. And if it starts to burn, that's probably enough. You can transition to the next one, okay? So from here, you're going to simply roll onto your side. So we're still in this kind of side arch position. So my feet and my knees are off the ground, my shoulders are off the ground, and I'm just balancing here. So now with the spine supported here, my brain can feel, oh, there's my oblique system and some of the muscles associated with it. So we're staying here for a couple breaths, and then we're going to transition onto our backs or onto our stomachs. Okay, so now we're in this kind of arched hollow. My legs are suspended, my arms are suspended, my neck is neutral because I'm looking down at the floor. Okay, I'm still squeezing my glutes. I'm still pulling my belly button up off the floor. Okay. And what this is doing is it's shortening the erectors. A lot of the times when we're skiing, we get into that tucked flex position and the muscles are getting over lengthened in the long range. And then we're going to transition onto the other side here. So now I'm connecting the right sling. I'm stretching the left. And we're breathing. And then we're going to roll back onto the back. Still maintaining that hollow position. If you find that you get fatigued, you can put a little bend in the hips and the knees just to kind of shorten the levers. Reset. And then you're going to roll back onto the left side. Onto the stomach. See if you can come up a little bit higher this time. Now the muscles are more familiar with this position. We're going to transition and keep the legs tight. Okay? We're using the groin muscles to help control the pelvic position and point the toes. The toes, it's not just to look pretty, but it actually helps to connect the kinetic chains in the backside. And then we're going to finish on the front, on the back, to lock in the front, create some compression. And we're going to pull our knees into our chest to open up the low back. So that was video one to help correct your GS back pain. A lot of the times just doing this can alleviate a lot of the issues around there and your mobility will start to improve. We simply are adding support to the back. We're strengthening in ranges that the spine may not be used to, and we're helping to correct some imbalances around the spine. If you're a clinician or coach who works with competitive downhill skiers, you can find out more information at amtcertified.com, where we utilize this system, how to rebuild the athlete from the ground up, but really get to the root cause of what's causing a lot of their pain and problems.